Hey everybody, Melissa here. So I'm a licensed real estate agent in active or in escrow in the state of Kentucky, which means I do hold a valid real estate license, but I do not currently practice. But what I'm going to show you today is how to use Canva to create an open house flyer for your real estate listing. Now, in my last tutorial, we looked at how to use RightBlogger to create our listing, and we're going to use some of that same information to populate our template within Canva. And what that's going to allow you to do is to get ready for your open house in a fraction of the time. I cannot wait to show you how this works, so let's go ahead and get started. So from within Canva, we're going to go to create a design. Now we're going to type open house flyer into our search area. And if you notice, there is one, but it shows 5.5 by 8.5. Now this might be okay if you're sending it in an email, but if we are at a physical open house, we want that in 8.5 by 11 or a full sheet of paper. So I'm just going to type in flyer. And it still has our 5.5 by 8.5. But we have a flyer portrait 8.5 by 11. So let's select it. Now once we're in here, the first thing I want to do is I want to give this flyer design a name. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the address of the property and then put open house flyer behind it so I know which one it's for and what it actually is. So now that we've given it a name, we're going to go find a template to use. So we're going to go over to the left, make sure we are on templates, and we're going to type in open house flyer and hit enter. Now if you look here on the left, there are literally hundreds of templates to choose from. Now some of them you'll notice have a crown, and that just means it is a Canva Pro template and it requires a subscription. And if you're interested in the Canva Pro subscription, there is a link in the description to get to it. And if you're not, there are still hundreds of templates to choose from. So I'm just going to select one. And if you notice when you click on it, it brings it into your 8.5 by 11 open house flyer. Now it has a place for us to put pictures. It has a place for the date, where it's located, a description of the property, the features, and then information about you and your broker. So let's go ahead and start making some changes. Let's just say that this coming Sunday is our open house. So we're going to change this. We're going to leave the Sunday and make it October the 8th, 2023. We're going to change our address. So select it. And where it wraps around here, that's okay. Just extend the box out a little bit and it will put it all back on one line. Now let's go ahead and add some pictures. And this is like really easy. Canva's made it so easy. All we're going to do is go to where our pictures are located and we're going to drag them into Canva. So I've split my screen here just for a second so you can see how I do this. So I have 3 pictures: the kitchen, the external, and the bathroom. That seems to be in your top 3 things that people want to see about a house. So I pulled these from Unsplash, and of course you're going to use pictures of the actual house in your open house flyer. So if you look, they are JPEGs. And they're fairly big and you don't have to worry about this. We can pull them in at exactly this size into Canva. So I'm going to select all 3 of them and I'm just going to pull them over into Canva. And if you notice, it says drop files to upload. And now the 3 pictures that I pulled over are in Canva. So all we're going to do is I want this one here to be my main picture. Now if you notice, this is quite a bit bigger, but Canva is going to resize it into this area here. So we're just going to drag it and let it go. The next, I want to put the kitchen. So I'm going to do the same thing. If you noticed, it changed it. And then we're going to do the bathroom. And now we have 3 pictures for our open house. Now in our description, I want to pop back over into RightBlogger, which I showed in the last video, and pull its summary into here and use it. So let's go back over to RightBlogger, and from our content dashboard we're going to go to our summarizer and we're going to view it, and it's 100 words, so we're going to copy it and we're going to take it back over to our open house flyer. Now we're going to select everything here, and if you notice, it's too big. Now, we have a couple of options. We can go back into RightBlogger and re-summarize it, or we can adjust the size of the box that it's in here in the flyer and try to get it to fit that way. So we could bring that out and we could move our property features and maybe our contact us to the bottom. But let's see if RightBlogger can summarize it a little bit more to get it to fit for us. So we're going to copy this, go back into our summarizer, paste it, and tell it to summarize. And now it's 88 words. So let's go see if this will work. So it's still a little bit too big, but I like what it says. So I'm going to adjust the open house flyer just a little bit. So I'm probably going to take the contact us and I'm going to move it to the bottom. Now I'm going to take this down so I can move the property features just a little bit. And if you take your mouse and you select everything, you can move it down in Canva. And I love that because I need that quite a bit. And now I'm going to bring this back up to where my font is about 11 so everybody can read it. And I'm going to drag it over just a little bit to make sure that it is above the property features but still in our printable area. And now we're going to look at our property features. So what bullet points do we want in here? So some of the things, we know it has a living room, dining room, kitchen. That's fine. Let's put some of our highlights here. We're going to put 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathrooms, finished basement, and we're going to expand this out just a little bit again. So now let's mention the quartz countertops in the kitchen and expand it out. Let's put in here about our 2 fireplaces, and then finally our screened-in deck, and expand it out. Okay, so now we have a paragraph form, and then we have bullet points to highlight what we really want people to know that's eye-catching for our potential buyers and our bullet points. Okay, now let's look at the contact us. So what we're going to put in this area is our information and our broker's information. And you know, some brokers, it's not necessarily your actual broker's name, it's the name of the brokerage. So like you've got here in Kentucky, you've got Rector Hayden, you've got the brokerage, you've got the agency, but it's not necessarily the person sitting in there as the broker. So make sure you follow the national, state, local laws, rules, and regulations as to what you have to have on your open house flyer. So I'm going to expand this down. Now, if you are the listing agent and you are having the open house, then what I do is I just would put my name on here, Melissa Compton, my phone number, and then maybe the website. However, there are a lot of times that I'm showing the house or I'm having the open house, but I'm not the listing agent. So I'm going to show you how I would do it if I was the agent that's showing it, but it wasn't listed by me, it's listed by another agent. So as you can see, I've put listed by main agent and their phone number and presented by Melissa Compton, which is me, and my phone number. Now, once you've made sure that you've complied with all the laws and regulations, you have it the way you want it, and you're ready to use it, you can go to share, and we're going to go to download. And you have different options that you can use to print it, but I'm going to use a ping or a PDF print because they're going to give you your clearest picture. So whichever one works for you, but I'm just going to do a ping. And I'm going to tell it to download. And as you can see, it's downloading, and apparently I've done a lot of work within Canva. So Canva downloads everything by default to your download folder on your local machine. So once you come out here, you find your open house flyer for your address, double click on it, and there it is. It's ready to be emailed or printed and used at your open house this coming Sunday. And that's it for today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this in the future, be sure to click that subscribe button before you leave. And don't forget to hop on out to my website, melcompton.com, for written instructions for this tutorial and so much more. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.